right, Bungie is doing a massive overhaul to some of the items and currencies in Destiny 2, one of those being legendary shards. This is going to be a very spicy TWID this week, and we're going to also go over some Crucible updates that they have. So get ready, buckle up, it's about to get crazy. It's shard to say goodbye is the first bit we go through here. Be honest with us, Guardian, how many legendary shards do you have? Not that we are judging, although Drifter is probably proud of your methods. We're talking about legendary shard exploits that we've had in the past. There's been at least a handful of them. Whatever the answer, we are starting the process to deprecate this currency in Destiny 2. To speak in more detail about it, we'll give the room to the Destiny economy team. So they're trying to get rid of legendary shards. They're going to get rid of legendary shards, so be ready. Destiny 2 economy team, as many Destiny 2 players already know, legendary shards have long been an unstable part of the economy in Destiny 2. Some players have more than they would ever be able to spend. Like there's some people out there that have like 50,000. While others struggle to earn enough to engage with the systems that require shards as a cost. New players, of course, and those that weren't able to take advantage of legendary shard exploits at the time that they were live, before Bungie removed them from the game. This often made it hard to find legendary shard costs that would feel impactful to players, while also ensuring that the content that did require legendary shards could be enjoyed by all players, no matter how long or how much they play. Couple the legendary shard wealth disparity with the fact that we have seen more than a few loopholes players have found to farm are regards to Rahul and Evil Vante, as well as more recently Ikora. We have made the decision that it's time to simplify the economy by removing this currency from the game. Ouch, that hurts. For a long time now, it's been our goal to make the game easier to understand and to reduce the bloat of currencies, consumables, and items, while ensuring that players feel like their time is valued. Okay, well, alright. Ascendant shards, Ascendant alloys would beg to differ, Bungie, but okay. For how long they've been spent playing many activities across the game, sometimes we get this right, sometimes we don't. We always learn. As much as we know how bad it feels to have currencies that you have amassed over a long period of time wiped away, please know that we don't make the decision to remove them lightly. We truly believe the removal is in the best interest of both the game and the players. Dang, people are going to be upset about this one. As you will see below, we are doing our best to ensure that the removal of legendary shards is not a point of pain, but rather the removal of a barrier. Season of the Goodbye. The path to a world without legendary shards starts in Season 23, which is literally next season. The first thing we will do is remove all legendary shard costs from the Monument to Lost Lights. So that's the kiosk in the middle, next to your vault in the middle of the tower. So we'll remove the cost of legendary shards to pull stuff from there. Glimmer, Exotic Cipher, and Spoils of Conquest costs will remain the same. The only legendary shard cost change, the only change is coming to legendary shard cost. This should help new and returning players unlock weapons that they have missed more easily than ever before. So why not just do that then? Make it so that the new players, they don't have to spend their legendary shards. That seems like a fair change. Why we got to remove them from the game? Secondly, we turned our eyes towards ritual gear focusing, fully removing legendary shards from there as well. Starting in Season 23, non-adept focusing will cost ritual engrams and glimmer only. Interesting. Focusing adept weapons will still require 7 wins in Trials Passages or Nightfall Ciphers. See, adjusting all these systems so that they don't require shards seems like a fine thing to do, but the removal of them doesn't seem entirely necessary. At one point in time, I was completely shard broke. I actually made a video talking about that, and I said, enough is enough, Bungie. I had 0 shards. But slowly with time, I worked my way back up. I realized I was doing a few things improper with my shard usage, and so I've been able to get myself back up to like 6,000 now, and I didn't take crazy advantage of any of those exploits. Like, I made a video showing them, but I didn't like spend hours trying to farm them up. But it is what it is. We'll see. Here are the new costs. So we've got new ritual engram is 1 glimmer, and we got standard ritual engram 3. Got it. So this is what it's going to cost glimmer wise. So they're definitely going to have to increase the cap of glimmer, in my opinion. 10 Nightfall Ciphers for that one. The final shard. With the release of the final shape, legendary shards will no longer be in Destiny 2. We will be removing all the remaining legendary shard sources and costs from the game, which includes collections, trials, passages, rituals, vendor purchases, and many more. And to be totally clear, we will not be offering a currency exchange for stockpiled legendary shards. Wow, so they're going to be gone from the game. You can't change your shards in for cores. You're not going to be able to change your shards in for glimmer. things of that nature. So keep that in mind. That is definitely pretty crazy. We'll have to come up with some sort of loophole or workaround where we can spend our shards now on armor or weapons that we dismantle later, perhaps. The goal in removing legendary shards is to make Destiny 2 a more approachable and fair experience for all players. This is why we are not raising glimmer prices for items or adding replacement costs to things that previously needed legendary shards. Legendary shards will also disappear from the currency bar in your inventory. It will now only show your glimmer, silver, and bright dust numbers. Wow, that's pretty wild. Dismantle rewards. Dismantling legendary exotic gear has long been the primary method for acquiring legendary shards. With their removal, we want to ensure that dismantling gear still feels like it gives players something back. So if you dismantle a legendary armor piece now, you're going to get 1,000 glimmer and an enhancement core and 10 gunsmith reputation. So what you could do, I think, is you could invest your shards currently into a bunch of armor and stockpile it in your vault. Have like 300 legendary helmets sitting in your vault, and then when this change does go live and there's no more shards, then delete them all, and then you would get an enhancement core or multiple enhancement cores from dismantling all of them. So it could be a potential workaround to, you know, turn your shards into something. You know, we don't want to have all of our shards completely disappear, you know, so whether that exchange actually gives people that much more of an advantage, we'll see. Only time will tell. Note actual values and drop chances are subject to change prior to launch. You may also note that ships and sparrows are not listed above. This is because we plan to remove the cost to pull these items from collections to allow players to freely change up their style when they please without worrying, without spending any of their currencies. But in doing so, we need to also remove their dismantle rewards. A strange feeling, got it. That's pretty crazy stuff. Let me know your thoughts about that in the comments. As Destiny 2 game director Joe Blackburn has mentioned, the final shape will see everyone's favorite Jovian Xur receive a little bit of an update. We're not ready to pull back the curtain on all of that quite yet, but just know that with the removal of legendary shards, Xur will be looking for some alternative forms of payment for his wares. So Xur's going to be asking for some different materials now. We'll see what he is looking for in the future. And obviously, he better be bringing some good stuff if he's asking for something that's not legendary shards, right? And on top of that, hopefully they actually do a Xur rework. I've been saying this for a long time, where when Xur arrives, there should be like a mystery, like treasure hunt of sorts, where he could be anywhere in the entire galaxy that we have here, anywhere in the little universe we have, rather than him just being in a fixed position. It would be a lot more fun to run around checking every little nook and cranny to try and find Xur, versus, you know, what we have now where we just know where he's at and there's literally 3 locations. But I think it would be cool. Crota's End numbers, essence drops, and more. Last week we had the pleasure of interviewing Team Elysium on Destiny Crew Crota's world's first race. Their deed will forever be remembered among the stars. Now it's time to reflect on the rest of the amazing teams that faced the Hive through the Tetris tunnels below the Hellmouth during contests and challenge modes. So how about some numbers? Alright, Guardians that entered Crota's End, 525,000 players. Guardians down, 53 million deaths. Wow. Guardians that cleared the Abyss, 248,000. So right off the bat, half the players that entered the raid didn't even make it past the Abyss. So that's the first brick wall. 50% of the players gone, the Abyss. Guardians that cleared the Oversoul Throne Bridge, 145 players, so about not quite a half of that, but maybe about 60% of that ended up making through that. The bridge part, and then we have Guardians that defeated Urya. That got cut in half at 78,000 players. And Guardians that defeated Crota, Son of Works, 37,000 players. Wow, 37,000. If you were amongst one of those, comment down below. If you tried and failed, let us know. And be prepared. Get ready for the final shape. Maybe you can take out the Witness within the 40-hour raid race. It's definitely an accomplishment that is pretty impressive. Next up, we have contest mode is hard, so everyone that succeeded in clearing the raid during its first 48 hours, no matter how soon or late, should be very proud. Same thing for the teams that, like mine, tried and couldn't reach the end. The first step towards success is trying, so keep up the good work and don't give up. Although still trying to get their first completion, you got this. Improving drops for essences. Now this is a good one. The essences that you need to get your Necrochasm or get the Catalyst are just dropping at such a small rate, and Bungie just made it such a high cap that it seems silly. It would take like a month to actually get this Catalyst beat, it seems like. Essences of the Oversoul are needed to complete the Necrochasm quest and its Catalyst. We have heard your feedback regarding their drop rate, and we're making some improvements when update 7204 arrives on September 19th. For starters, your first full clear of Crota's End each week will now provide 2 guaranteed essences of the Oversoul. Right now, it gives you 1 guaranteed, and in the future, it's going to give you 2. The guaranteed weekly drop from defeating Crota and an additional guaranteed drop for beating each encounter in order from start to finish. Got it. Then, every time you do a full clear, you'll still earn that additional guaranteed essence. So there's now a way to farm them. Let's go. So all you have to do is just keep doing full clears and you'll get this finally beat. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Bungie. Finally. We're also increasing the drop rate of the random essence of the Oversoul for repeated clears of each encounter, so you can earn more per try. Oh, that sounds amazing. This will be like over and done within a day then. Finally, we're adding a chance to strike it lucky and earn all of the essence necessary to complete both the Necrochasm quest and the Catalyst when taking Crota down during a full run. Just like getting the exotic drop in previous raids, you can now get the whole deal if fortune smiles. Wow, okay, so back to a little bit of RNG. Got it. Very interesting. A new challenge approaches. Now that your victory over the Hive Prince is totally clear, why not challenge yourselves one more time? The first Crota's End weekly challenge will be available, along with the Master difficulty starting on September 19th. That's next Tuesday after reset, so there we go. We already got the Master difficulty of Crota coming out, which means we're going to get those Adept drops. I definitely want that Adept machine gun and the Adept pulse rifle for sure. That would be, the Adept pulse rifle would be actually nasty in PvP if you get the right perks on it. This weekly challenge will rotate every week and ask you to complete a hidden objective each time to earn a second reward when you finish a given encounter. If you're looking for more essences to unlock either Necrochasm or its exotic catalyst, or if you just want a chance for more deep side drops, this is a good way to improve your chances. Awesome. Then you also have Master difficulty, which offers not only a higher challenge for players, but also a different kind of reward. Each week, the armor drops will get you a particular stat focus, but if you also complete the weekly challenge on Master, you'll get an Adept weapon with 2 perks on each column. As we implemented with the Root of Nightmares Adept weapons, the weapons you get in Crota's End will allow you to enhance their perks, so enhanced perks on those Adepts, that's actually really sick. The Adept weapon you get is random, but drops work on a knockout system. You'll get a new one with every challenge you complete every week until you've unlocked them all. Got it. Very nice. So get ready for a more intense take on Crota's End if you're looking for some more rewards. That sounds pretty cool. I like that it's going to be a random knockout system, so that's cool. Hopefully you get the stuff you're looking for the first week, right? New PvP updates coming in Season 22 and 23. Alright, PvP. Here we go. Let's see what the PvP Strike team's cooking up. Hello from Destiny 2 Systems teams. The PvP Strike team is collaborating with several teams already working on PvP, and we're happy to start sharing some details regarding the changes players can look forward to from these groups. Some of these changes have been in the works for some time, and others are hot off the presses. We really appreciate everyone sharing their feedback last week. We've gathered it all up to help inform the work that we will do in the future. Antaeus Wards was heavily mentioned, so we decided to expedite a change we had planned for next season. We'll address this hot topic later in Season 22, but that is not all we have planned. Wow, Antaeus about to get nerfed. Dang. RIP to the Titan mains out there. We just can't catch a break, can we, Titans? Can't catch a break. This is just a tribute. As teased previously, we've been working on a new Iron Banner mode that will go live in Season 23. Tribute is a supremacy-based mode where players will be able to deposit crests at tribute stations to earn points for the team. Banking many crests at once can trigger a hunt phase, which activates a special tribute station and increases the value of crests deposited for 1 minute of gloriously chaotic gameplay. Take care as the other Guardians won't be the only things guarding these high-value tribute stations. Kaitel will be watching Guardians, so let's show her what you're made of. Interesting. Additionally, we're bringing back a Dreaming City map Citadel as part of our ongoing spawn quality efforts. A number of maps have also had their spawn locations tuned in Season 23, including Altar, Flames, Cauldron, Anomaly, and Dead Cliffs. Lastly, we'll be also adding strand-related Crucible medals in Season 23. Nice. Seems like good changes overall for PvP. Long live the Sandbox. There are several other updates for weapons and armor that we'd like to shine an early light on, some coming sooner than others. Season 22, we got Antaeus Wards. These will require full class ability energy to reflect incoming damage. Reflecting damage will deplete your class ability energy? No way. The goal is to reduce the uptime of this exotic's effect and make it more difficult to stack with the Juggernaut shield. That's actually crazy. That seems like a fair adjustment though. Like it was pretty OP for shotgun aping, so I think that with this adjustment it should make it a little more balanced. Young Hamakara's Spine, we're reducing its impact on grenade uptime by making it grant energy on final blows instead of damage. That's actually really nice. Young Hamakara's Spine strip mines are everywhere in Crucible, and I like that change a lot. Season 23, submachine guns. We will be globally increasing the recoil on SMGs to make it more of a costly trade-off to spec into range over stability. Wow, keep that in mind. You're gonna want, if you're gonna rock those SMGs, you're gonna need to have some high stability. Need some high stability rather. Next up, we got sniper rifles. We'll be implementing a sniper rifle body shot nerf in Crucible. Whoa, I didn't feel like that was much of an issue, but that's crazy. Sniper rifles getting a damage buff in PvE, so this will offset by that. Okay. Fusion rifles, we will decrease the kickstart damage bonus, which is actually a huge one. So sniper rifles are getting a damage buff in PvE, so it's about to be a sniper rifle meta. Get ready for that. That's actually very subtly thrown in there. We will decrease the kickstart damage bonus for fusion rifles. Rip, fusion rifles getting nerfed. Damage will also fall off harder at longer ranges. Wow. AE, we will be increasing the airborne accuracy of sniper rifles and slug shotguns to be equivalent to pre-AE Icarus at their base values. So there you have it. A lot of people have been criticizing the AE system, and at least with snipers and slug shotguns, they're going to be very, very accurate when flying around in the air. Peregrine Greaves, these now only grant bonus shoulder charge damage after being airborne for a short time. The goal of this change is to ensure Peregrine Greaves users are visibly airborne to other players in order to benefit from the exotic effect. Got it. In PvE, these will now provide significantly more bonus damage and refund your melee charge when used against champions, tormentors, and mini-bots. Okay. Peregrine Greaves in PvE, maybe. Synthoceps. Oh, I just said that. I just butchered that word. Synthoceps. Let's forget I ever said that. We're removing the extra lunge range. What? You can't nerf them. To compensate, we are adding improved weapon handling and reload speed when you're surrounded. Okay. We are also walking back some of the nerf to glaive melee damage as well. Uh-oh. Okay. Interesting. More exotic armor updates coming in Season 23. Really appreciate all of your recent PvP feedback, and we encourage you to keep providing it. The team has been reviewing your input diligently, and our work is just getting started. Please look forward to more exciting changes coming very soon. Well, let me know your thoughts about all the Crucible changes if you're a PvP player out there. Checkmate enters the Crucible Labs playlist. Here we go. After 4 weeks of crushing each other with very powerful relics, it's time for a change. Checkmate, the new modifier for Crucible game modes, will enter the Labs playlist and will be available for 6 weeks starting next Tuesday, September 19th. One thing to consider with Checkmate is that it's not a game mode, but a modifier to game modes. That's why during 6 weeks in Labs, you'll have a chance to play with Checkmate variations. Each variant runs for 2 weeks, starting with Checkmate Control, then Checkmate Survival, closing out with Checkmate Rumble. Checkmate shakes up some aspects, but the rules of the game modes remain. I believe it's more focused on weapon play than abilities. So let's get acquainted with Checkmate. With this modifier, players will have a small bump in health, which adjusts the time to kill. This is largely to give players a little more time when dueling to make an extra decision or two. Because of this, Checkmate has been tuned for this more strategic gameplay, and wherever necessary, certain weapons have been adjusted to maintain their iconic Destiny 2 action feel. Very interesting. I don't know if I think that a bump in health up higher is a good idea. I think that might create a lot of disengagements, like people getting tagged up and running away. I feel like you would want to go the other direction, bump the health down just a little bit, but I don't know. We'll see. To further increase the importance of your decision making, we reduced the passive regeneration times for grenade, melee, and class abilities by 50%, and reduced the passive regeneration rate for supers by 40%. So all abilities are getting suppressed hard in this one. The biggest change in Checkmate, however, is that you do not spawn with special ammo. Instead, you earn it by generating points from kills, assists, deaths, zone captures, and gathering heavy ammo. You won't lose points accumulated on death, and the special ammo you earn persists through lives and rounds. Additionally, you do not drop your special ammo on death. I think that's probably gonna hurt the playlist overall, though, because I feel like people are spawning without special ammo, something we've kind of already done back in D1. I don't know. We'll see what happens. The goal of Checkmate is to provide a game that encourages and rewards solid decision-making gunplay skills while still being the Destiny 2 that you know today. Our internal playtests have been very positive, and we're excited for players to finally get a chance to play it. We can't wait to join you all in Checkmate on September 19th, and as always, we're listening and monitoring your feedback. And finally, don't worry, Relic fans, you'll have another chance with the Aegis, the Scythe, and the Synaptic Spear during the last 4 weeks of Season of the Witch. Got it. Alright, next up, we've got Win-Win Situation. Last Thursday brought a change that we feel is worth reminding of. Now that Trials of Osiris is coming back, starting tomorrow, every match you win has a high chance of dropping a weapon that's currently available in the loot pool. This is awesome. So you're going to get a much higher chance to get those Igneous Hammers if you win those matches. That would be the regular non-adept version of those weapons. Here's a list of what's dropping as a reminder. An Astral Horizon, Cataphract, Messenger, Unexpected Resurgence, the Immortal. During this weekend's Trials of Osiris, Igneous Hammer will be the adept reward for those capable enough to reach the Lighthouse. Iggy has some new fancy perks like Incandescent for scorching enemies and Far Away and Fragile Focus for those looking to make this stat monster even scarier. As scary as someone throwing 4 javelins at your face, some would say. Got it. So, This is going to be the week to farm out the new reprised version of the Adept Ignis Hammer coming back. And it's cool that if you just win matches, you're going to get a good chance of just getting the normal versions of these ones. Especially that grenade launcher is really good. Next up, we got Tessellation Slaps. Last week, we asked the community to show us how to wreak havoc with the Tessellation. And so they did this community contest. And we have the winner of that. And we got some build ideas. Got it. A bunch of different Tessellation videos. Very cool. We're giving everyone the movie of the week that participated in that. And then we got an update on the Crota's End 48-hour challenge mode emblem. So if you beat it in 48 hours, what Bungie is doing is they're actually working to verify all the people that beat it, and they're going to be sending out your emblems. It's going to take them a few weeks. So unfortunately, if you didn't get the emblem when you should have, then it's going to take a little while, but eventually they'll get it to you. Then we have known issues. One more tessellation, hold the door. And that's everything from this week's TWID. We did also get a preview of a new trailer, though. Bungie dropped it. I don't know why they didn't include it in this week's TWID. They obviously just forgot to add this, but basically they dropped a new final shape teaser of the Pale Heart. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to watch and react to that. So let's jump into that. Pre-alpha footage. What is this? Looks like Mordor. It's got the Tree of Silver Leaves. I don't know what that tunnel is. That looks crazy though. Is that an Ahamkara? Tree Man? That looks like a Ahamkara there as well. Alright, so we've obviously got light and darkness, then there's like some creepy, crazy electric volcano at the top of that. Love that. The Tree of Silver Leaves looks, I don't know if it looks beat up. It looks like the bottom of it looks a little like scorched earth. Like, I don't know, it's kind of split between the two there. Alright, so then we've got Guardian running across this green pasture area. Creepy darkness tunnel. What's this leading to? It's like big open area. Jumping puzzle. Oh, and you can see the triangle in the background where the witness cut through. This looks like, yeah, volcanic area. That's got to be an Ahamkara, right? An Ahamkara skull. Okay, so here we got... There's a gigantic ghost in the background, like a ghost that's 100 times bigger than it normally is. And then there's a person made out of leaves and flowers. Not sure what that's all about. But that ghost is very eerie and strange to me. It's like, why is there a gigantic ghost? And we've got waterfalls. We've got a jumping puzzle. Looks like a plane is there. Yeah, like a plane is cut in half. Another possible Ahamkara skull. We have this crazy maze thing that we've seen, the symbol we've seen a ton of. Got some stairs leading into something crazy. A bunch of faces, a hand, Titan helmet. That looks like a face there, more hands. Like Mothayard's planes, yeah. That definitely looked like Mothayard's planes previously, yeah. Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. Bungie accidentally leaked this early themselves, so then they just had to release it today, I think. I don't think they were planning on it going live today. Maybe they were. Maybe it was... I mean, it doesn't feel like it's so early that this is, like, crazy by any means. But very cool. Very cool trailer. Let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed, smash the like button, and click on the screen here to watch another video from the channel. See you in the next one. Later.